Okay, Geek Lounge is live, and this is Geek Lounge 101, and I'm the host as always, Sultan Cloud, and here is Tavia, Nick, and Edgar. You guys can introduce yourselves in that order.
Hello.
No, fuckers.
Tavia, you're supposed to go first.
Oh, yeah. I'm Tavia. I review movies, comic, video games, and I watch anime, and we're going to Geek Lounge 101, and let's see what's on my anime, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Let's get started.
I'm Nick Lenz for the channel Nick Lenz. I review movies, TV shows, comic books, anime, and novels.
I'm Comic Fan 992, also known as Edgar, and I do comic reviews, let's plays, and also do anime reviews such as Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and also Boruto.
And let's get started with fairy tale, or like some of us like to call it movie fail, because God was the last part. Here's the one question I asked you guys. What was the entire point of the Alvarez army? You could literally cut them out and nothing would have changed.
Again, I don't want fairy tale, so...
No. I'll literally answer this fucking shit. The only thing they're literally there for was to literally have fairy tale fight them. That was the whole fucking point. The best parts of the entire fucking manga was two things. One, we got to know Natsu has a brother, and his name's whatever, I forgot his fucking name, but
Zareth.
Zareth, and he's pretty much a really good nutshell. He tried to be merge Zamasu in the fucking the final battle between Natsu and him, and yeah, it was awesome seeing it was cool, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it was also cool to see his fucking girlfriend literally kiss him and all that crap and confess that she loves him. But I don't, personally, that was cool and all. But my biggest issue, and literally issue, is the fucking writer himself. My biggest problem is, why in God's name would you literally flat out the ending?
What? That's wavy.
Yeah, it honestly makes no sense for him to do that at all.
It makes him look stupid. It makes him look bad. It makes people not even fucking want to care less of his fucking next manga series, because I feel like, I kept my mouth shut on the Fairy Tail series on terms of like him just retreading of his fucking Grave Master series, which honestly, in my opinion, not the greatest series of all time. Really just only made him noticed. And personally, he's not the great writer as everyone he's not the writer that everyone said he was.
No, it's not that he wasn't a great writer. It's just that he was competent when he wrote Grave Master. No one said it was great. We just said it was far better than what he wrote with Fairy Tail.
I didn't even see
way better.
Don't go ahead if you want. But honestly, that's true. You may have an argument on that. But for me, as a guy who looks at it, it's like he got noticed from that series, and honestly, it's really not that great. I just feel like he got noticed in just that reason alone. But my biggest problem on this on him is he likes to retread the characters that he made, just change their designs a bit, change their names, and literally go from there. He did that with Fairy Tail.
Old trope, really.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a lot of the main characters from Grave Master, almost exactly identical to Fairy Tail. And it's just like, it kind of bothered me, but I kind of ignored it. But now looking back to it, man, oh man, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you thinking?
Honestly,
Fairy Tail did have that one crossover.
They did?
Yeah, exactly.
When did that happen?
Yeah, they did.
That happened.
In the anime did.
Oh, I think it was like a few years ago.
There was also
one of the specials they did. It was an expansion on the one shot that they originally did.
I need to
Basically, what they did in the original manga, Lucy, Happy, and Fairy Tail, with maybe a couple people from Grave Master, And then with the special, because Peter basically supervised it, decided to throw in a bunch of other characters from Rape Master, because he wanted to basically it's the same story, just like he expanded upon it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly, the guy is just a fucking really shitty writer. I mean, like, I was kind of like this is my whole I'll just say this. I didn't really get into fully One Piece, even though I like One Piece. I was trying to find a series where I was like, this is my One Piece back in the day when I was reading and watching Fairy Tail. But now looking back to it, man, I must be smoking drugs after little.
The first chapter / episode should have never happened because Natsu was looking for Igneo. We all learned that Igneo was a dragon. So why did he believe that he was in some random town?
Because he was the reason why he was doing that, he was going every town to town, place by place, everywhere. That character, he was trying to find him on every location. So he thought, the biggest dumbass he thinks that why don't we go just everywhere in the entire world just to find out, try to find some hope if he's there, but he wasn't.
Speaking of Fairy Tail, sorry to interrupt, but we also got some news recently.
Oh, about the delete scene from Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, well, one was out with you, but the second article is for Fairy Tail.
Okay, what do they say about it?
No, I see something about Lucy and not or their child is revealed.
Oh.
So that may happen, maybe.
Same.
Who knows?
I never understood was Urzamon choose to off herself.
Wait, what?
Oh, you hear me, Nick?
Nick?
Like
yeah, I can kind of hear you.
Yeah, y'all are going in and out. Yeah.
You want to watch Fairy Tail? Don't think about it. Think about it. Just watch it. About how they're constantly use the power of friendship or power up bullshit, or that Urza took out a freaking armor that bends the laws of their own manga in half.
Yeah,
a lot of things
that happen. Is in your Proto, but now logic, or I don't know, some anime or in manga.
At some point, Hiro Mashima gave it to the lowest common denominator, or different from our taste in the Western audience, because they do ecchi like a lot.
That's true. Like Japan actually knows doing edgy stuff. Or the Americans don't do edgy stuff. One point down, not doing edgy stuff is, I hate to say it, I have to bring it up. It's kind of Marvel anime recently. Speaking of Marvel anime, I do want to talk Marvel anime for a second because did I haven't seen. Apparently, Miss Marvel is going to be on the new Avengers anime show.
Oh, that fucking Pokemon, fucking Digimon, whatever the fuck. Blade Runner, whatever the hell that thing is called.
Not this Wars, not that one. Thank God. It's Future Avengers.
That's the fucking show.
And it's not going to be all that interesting, like the Justice League one.
Oh, well, I don't care.
I thought this war was different. I thought Future Avengers not connected to this Wars.
No, dude. I typed in Future Avengers and it leads to that, Tevia. So next time, literally kind of back up.
God damn it! Why? Ugh.
Anyway, watch what drew out is bitch. I guess she's canon.
Go on.
Continue.
Natsu and Lucy's daughter. I can see a lot of Natsu / Lucy in her. Like she has her dead scarf. I guess that's the furthest you can get with it.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if they're gonna do Fairy Tail Part 2. If they do, we don't know that it does because honestly, tell you the truth, man, I'm telling you, with the way everything is going, it's gonna spark to their interest. I'm telling you.
I told Tavia, at
I mean,
some
like,
point, you
Probably
know
will.
that the Japanese audience is different from us American Western audience. Japan has different tastes. And I said that one of the things is Mashimo's at some point gave into the lowest common denominator when it came to fairy tale, which is why we constantly see boobs and butts all over the place, even little girls.
What? That's a
Yeah.
bit too far.
like,
and,
tell you, it's fucking.
No, Zero.
It's Japan. I get it.
So I think
Yes, make a look.
I think when you first tell Zero, she's like 13 or 14. One chapter where she actually is in the nude. Her
Yeah.
and her friend.
Well, I'll just literally say. I'll just say this. I mean, like, honestly, like, the way, like, how I see fairy tale, like, it's just, honestly, I feel like a lot of things are gonna happen where it's gonna open the doors for Fairy Tale Part 2 series and everything else and go forward. And it's honestly, in my opinion, it's just gonna keep on going bullshit to bullshit. Now, if he does this new series, I won't bother. I was going to, but I was going to check it out. But now I'm like, why? Because he's going to literally retread himself in the entire fucking shit. I mean, he really is a shitty fucking writer. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, here's the question: what can you play off of? Because apparently, Natsu can two-shot a God of War, so there's really no threat in the fairy tale verse.
How can
In fact, they keep talking about this Asha Alvarez God. Some of the God of War, and Natsu literally punched him twice and beat him.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't make any sense.
Tevia, it's fucking like Tevia. I was just like, cool it right now. You don't know Fairy Tale, you haven't watched it yet. So when you do watch it, then you know. All right, fine.
But I can tell,
I see a lot of fan service in the series.
Watch the show, Tevia, then come talk. We're talking. We're me and Nick and Jeremy seen the show. I'm just gonna be just saying. But yeah, I will say this. Yeah, that's true. And here's another thing. You know, in the recent fucking movie, Natsu at least transforms into his half dragon form and fights the dragon in the recent film, and literally knocks his ass out with practically one punch man
Actually,
style.
Here's a question: are dragons stronger than gods? Because apparently, what's her name? I know that girl from Luminous Scale. I know she was a god slayer. That Bother or whatever that dude from Sabertooth before they all became worthless. He was a
and, you know, like,
god slayer too.
I'll just say this. I mean, like, the one thing I like about the final arc more is the one thing I will say is I like the fact that we got a little bit of the backstory of to Erza's mother or Erza's family in particular, because it made that Erza, a little bit OP, and explain to, like, she's from a fucking OP fucking dragon that really is fucking high strung. I mean, that's just how I see it. And
dragon, she just transformed into a dragon and she couldn't turn back, but then she used her magic to return. It got confusing. Why did she kill herself?
I mean,
Why did she kill herself?
Why did she kill herself? Because she couldn't even bear the fact that her daughter is literally right there in front of her, and she couldn't even deal with the fact because apparently this sometimes happens with Fairy Tale. Always. They bring this family bond, and they always have the main villain, and if it connects to, like, a certain main character, they have it where they feel guilty inside, and they go do some bullshit scenario. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I really just like, okay, whatever. She died. Fucking, who cares now? That really is
boring.
That's really unfortunate, but it's just how things are. I mean, honestly, I feel like Naruto and how Bleach's ending was a lot better than Fairy Tales.
It was literally the happiest-go-lucky thing ever.
I mean, also another thing. Here, speak about the ending of Fairy Tale. I feel like at least Lucy should have just said, "I care about you and I love you and I don't want to." When I mean love, you could have where love. Like you can have love, and you can have where they don't have to kiss, but they can have where she really cares about Natsu, and she really loves him and doesn't want to see him go, and it's like they wouldn't want to even do that, and it's like honestly, I'll keep repeating it. He's a really shitty writer. Honestly.
Actually, here's another thing. Also, what was up with Zeref and what's her name, son? He never knew. Did Zeref just not know that he was his son?
I don't know. That's just literally like plot convenience or just ignored.
Either that or Mavis probably didn't tell him at all, despite the fact that. The weird thing about Zeref was that every time he touched anything, it just turned to dust. And yet, for some reason, he was able to get with Mavis.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hey, she also had the curse of their so-called god, so shouldn't that curse somehow canceled each other out? But somehow Zeref killed her.
Yeah,
to break the curse, they both had to be
that's
mutually
stupid.
involved. And it says love conquers all, and that's how you break the curse.
Honestly, I mean, like, I don't want to talk about Fairytale anymore. I'm like, I mean, like, just to like, and let's try to end it at this topic, and let's move on to something else because I want to talk about Dragon Ball Super and
Boruto, because it's getting kind of better with the anime.
Oh, talk about My Hero Academia. Because
what do you mean, kind of getting better? It's getting a lot better. Like, what do you mean? It's always awesome. Like, I mean, like,
they're finally getting into the Mist Village, but the problem is that Kishimoto never really touched on any of the other villages. So basically, we need this whole show don't tell. Well, it's kind of too late. Now that all they can do is just tell us what happened.
Well, it's like we're gonna get to see new things, new ideas, and all that crap. I mean, like, and we're gonna get to know other villages. It's just gonna take time. It's just
and the fact that in the recent episode they mentioned the fourth Mazakage, first time they ever mentioned him in the series.
No,
exactly.
His grandson. They talked about him. The fact that May has Grandma Segi.
I mean, like, all I want to know and all I want to see is Boruto and Sadara and Misuke, especially Misuke. I really want to see Misuke's backstory on animated format. That one-shot manga needs to be animated. That's all I care about that. On that alone, it's like we did Naruto Gaiden, just do the one-shot with Misuke. Then after that, have them go adventures and basically go on see other villains and all that crap. Go what?
Boruto movie, because after this little Miss arc, I believe we're going to gear up to go do the Boruto movie. We all know how it is. Yes, because the Boruto movie, because they have to become genie, and then they're going to end up going to take that, because we already know somewhere down the line they're going to retell the Boruto story.
Yeah, because Dragon Ball Super was fucking. Why? Because Tevia, they're gonna do it. They had because Dragon Ball Super was so successful on the retelling of the battle. Yes, and they made a lot of money off of that shit. And yeah, it's stupid.
What pattern we finally into the new stuff with
like,
Super
awesome. Shut up, Tevia. I'm gonna say this right now. Be quiet. I'm talking now. If you want to read stuff in the manga, if you want to see like after the Naruto Boruto movie, read the manga right now. Because
chapter 10 at least.
I mean, like honestly, like it's just it just how it's gonna go, honestly. And also I feel like it's okay. We got new content already. We got three or four storylines with just fresh content already. So like I feel like let's give it a free pass because honestly we got new content. Let's redo the Boruto film because there was a lot of things that the manga didn't even fucking tackle. There's a lot of things I feel like that could have been more explained, and just go from there. I really, really hope they do that and they go from there.
And the show into the
yeah, and also that too, and also make
introduce in the show itself into the retelling.
And also another thing, make the battle longer because when Boruto fights that one fucking dude, or hell, even Naruto and Sasuke, when they fight the villain of the movie, I feel like they should have at least dragged it out a bit, have both of them one at a time fight them. And fight that villain, and then later on they team up and they use their monster beast forms to beat that fucker and just go from there. It would have been. It's going to be awesome. I'm just really looking forward to it. But you know, what I want to see, and I hope in the next future arcs, I just want to know what's that fucking one name? Kawaki, I think that's the name right?
Yeah, Kawaki is still building on him.
Huh?
We're still building off Kawaki because in the recent chapters they finally show our new Akatsuki organization.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait, it got destroyed.
You're just a spectator, so just spectate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like you got
they were pretty much even before the series even ended. By the time the Fourth Great Ninja War ended, almost the entire organization had been wiped out.
Yeah, they were destroyed.
With the exception of Obuno and Black Zabuza. They were the only three left. Everyone else had been killed off.
Hidan is still alive.
Kishimoto, Naruto killed 2 of them.
Hidan is still alive. Kishimoto answer that. And
Sasuke's brother.
Only way
he dead.
His name is
still alive inside that hole. But and Kishimoto said the only way to kill Hidan is starve him.
Wait, what?
What?
Hey, Hidan is basically a ninja. You know Hidan from the Koski nickname Edgar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kishimoto said the only way to kill him is to basically let him starve to death.
Yeah, that's true.
He said, but he has to confirm that he's alive.
He's alive, yeah. But I mean, like honestly, like the whole new Katsuki, let's see how that goes because that's gonna be real fun to see.
I see people already. They're speculating that Konohamaru might die in the future.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, wait,
but he has to become
the first character to officially die in this generation because so far nobody has died in this generation yet.
Not yet, but
they
keep
putting on emphasis that this generation is going to surpass them. They're talking about Asuma's daughter is already going on to the level where she's about to surpass her grandfather.
Someone's gonna die.
We'll
I can see that happen.
We'll see. We'll see. Again,
Why is Orochimaru running free? That's my one big deal.
Yeah.
We know he was a threat.
What? You mean Aruka? You mean?
Malu we're talking about?
Because he's still experimenting on people. He's still doing all this evilish shit, and because him and Sasuke saved the world, that somehow pardons them for all their war crimes.
I call bullshit on that. Because that makes no sense.
Like, well,
yeah, it honestly made no sense, and yet Sasuke didn't do as many bad things as Orochimaru did.
He killed Danzo. He did kill Danzo.
Let me say this right now. The reason why I think they were let go Orochimaru is like he helped them and they helped him. Therefore, it's kind of like we'll let you go, but if we catch you doing shit, we'll get you. But I'll be right back.
But that doesn't make up for what he did. But I do like the fact that they're touching up on giving us the new stuff. Now, Mist is trying to recreate the 7 swordsmen again. That seems pretty interesting. But the problem is that Kishimoto never really talked about the politics or the other villages. We're just seeing what happened in the aftermath of.
So here's something also that should be brought up. What about the other swords?
Wait, what?
I mean, I know that. I'm sure that Killer Bee still has. It was last. Last owner was. It was last member. It was member of the Akatsuki. The one I think it's Salamandra. I think it's called.
Yeah, Kizame's blade before it turned on him. B still has that blade, and they showed somebody from his clan.
I think Kakashi still has the Executioner's blade.
Oh,
actually,
I just want to say this.
What, did he?
Can I say this?
Yeah, Edgar. Edgar.
Go for it.
I think personally, this is the one thing I'm just gonna say. That when we get to the part where, hold on, actually, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah. What you need to say, Xavier? What you wanted to say?
Yeah, with the whole particularly another sec. Actually, Naruto itself, interesting. Like, did Naruto ever do any crossovers like with other series? Because I think that's one question I do want to ask again. Completely lost.
Naruto, as far as I know, has never
Special.
done one, as far as I can tell.
And acknowledges things outside of it, but no, they never actually officially had a crossover that I'm aware of. One Piece, on the
I know
other hand, had a
DBZ has done like 2 of them.
One
I know
Piece,
one Putman
Toriko,
called
and
DBZ for a
DBZ.
sec. But that was funny. More parody.
Yeah, DBZ did a crossover. It's done crossover with Dr. Show at least a couple times, and they then crossover with One Piece.
Actually, I'm surprised that they never did a crossover with Blue Dragon, since Toriyama also did that series.
What did Blue Dragon video game series?
But the one series people really want to see a crossover between are
Hunter x Hunter and Dragon Quest? Or Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Quest, because people love to make fun of Togashi playing Dragon Quest.
Yeah, another one is Yu Yu Hakusho and Bleach.
I see that.
Well, that's because it goes back. This goes back to the same thing that Hunter x Hunter and Naruto could do a crossover, because they, Kishimoto and Taikubo both took elements from both his series.
So they copy each other. Okay.
Copy the main premise of Togashi's work. Chunin exams, that's basically the Hunter exams.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is turned into the
in Bleach. Like Bleach, Ichigo being a soul detector, a soul reaper.
Soul
that's
detective.
basically what you, or basically an assistant soul reaper. That's the same thing with Yusuke Urameshi was. He was a spirit detective. It's from both.
But his weapon was a spirit gun, which is basically a finger gun, and of course everybody's main weapon in Bleach is a freaking sword.
Which awfully doesn't make sense. The problem with Bleach was executives, especially his editor, meddled with his story. And over years, you could tell that Kubo just felt dissatisfied with how Shonen Jump treated him. This is the second time he wrote a manga and it's got canceled.
What sucks?
Yeah, but I think the first one he did, I looked it up. The first one he did, I think, lasted for a year. And of course, Bleach lasted for 15 years.
Zombie Power lasted for all of 27 chapters.
Wow, that might suck. Because
it's because neither one was Bleach. At some point, Bleach just stopped selling in Japan. People just weren't. It was literally at the bottom 30 every year.
In the U.S.
No, in Japan.
I'm sure in the U.S. it probably sold fine.
Yeah,
it probably sold fine over here.
Fine in the Western audience, but the problem is, Viz Media and Shonen Jump, they only care about the people who are born in Japan. And if it's at the bottom 30 every year, your show is going to get canceled real quick.
So, like Devin Wonderland, that got canceled.
Which kind of bugged me, because I know the anime is supposed to promote the manga. That's basically the whole point of it. But yet, in the case of the anime ended, what was it, like 4 years before the manga ended? Just 4 years before the manga ended?
Wow.
Yeah, it only touched one time skip arc, which was what was it called again? Because everybody pretty much hated that arc.
It was right after a Roncar. That was it was a Roncar and Fullbringer. That was the first time skip they did in this series.
I know Death Note did time skip.
Yeah, that was like they said it was like 17 months.
People hated that arc because they said people thought because Kubo was kept emphasizing on Kyrene has spiritual powers. She could see ghosts. People thought she was going to be the new protagonist, and Ichigo was going to just start his new life as just an ordinary person like he always wanted. But then Kubo also brought out the 1,000-Year Blood War, and then Ichigo turned into Naruto Jesus, where he was just literally everything.
What?
Downhill
That's very stupid.
Yeah.
Apparently he was
but the one thing that the arc did do that it set out to do was to get Ichigo's powers back, and that's what it succeeded at doing. Ichigo got his powers back. But the villain was pretty interesting, because they did kind of reveal that he was a substitute Soul Reaper, just like Ichigo is.
Actually, it should
at least he had a backstory, but the thing is, like, at what point did he go bad to have the point where everybody had to go and take him out and take away his powers, and apparently there was some strange law put in place where apparently at some certain point the Soul Reapers would have to kill Ichigo.
What?
This is the thing. A lot of us even agree that Kubo really didn't really think the Fullbringer arc through enough. And that's what really hurt. It's like, yeah, we got all these pale copy and paste villains that no one cared about. The Thousand-Year Blood War was good until we got the second invasion by the Quincy army, and then everything started to go downhill.
Wow.
Yeah, but of course, the Quincy's themselves, it's like Ichigo, almost all of them except for the main guy, a lot of them just simply got mowed over by the Soul Reapers.
The second time, and here's a question: everybody said, "Why didn't the Visors use their hollow powers?" It's been stated that Quincy's can be killed by hollow powers, yet they never once tried it.
Good question.
Here's something that was quite odd. Now they did bring back 2 of the Fullbringers in the final arc. They brought back one of the girls, the one with pink hair. I don't remember her name. The whole dollhouse one. Yeah, they brought back her and the guy who can basically. The guy who is Fullbringer powers, they can bring stuff from a PSP to life.
Oh, you got the ones that died during the Fullbringer arc. They got what's his name? What's that girl? The girl with the missing arm, the big movie one. What's her name? Because her brother also was leading those guys.
The only other woman was Jackie.
No. The girl who helped them invade the Soul Society the first time. They had to use that cannon to invade from the nucleus of the Soul Reaper.
Okay, Edgar.
For that barrier. So
I'm sure you had to go take care of something.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Because it's going to annoy me. I know her name is something. Is a Ishiba or something.
Speaking of news, apparently Tokyo Ghoul getting a live action movie. Would I say why?
The anime's coming back. Oh, the anime's coming. They're doing Tokyo Ghoul re-anime as well.
So yeah,
I heard about that. Is it going to be an adaptation of Tokyo Re?
Yes, it is, but a lot of people are hoping it's not Studio Parrot because you know what Parrot did to Tokyo Ghoul.
They messed it up for it, and I've seen the anime.
I haven't watched it yet.
Part 1, I've seen. Part 1 was interesting. Part 2, I think
I've seen clips of it.
It's weird.
From what I can tell from Tokyo Ghoul, from the clips I've seen, it looks like they did a good job animation style.
Yeah,
they did a really good job with it. But I think that you saying like one of the problems you said was that they did stuff out of order. So I think one of the problems they did with the series was the writing, not the animation.
Yeah, the anime looked gorgeous. I love the anime. The anime is awesome.
The problem with Tokyo Ghoul was they expanded out in 12. They were going to do 3 arcs in 12 episodes. They shift things around. For instance, that they did the Tsukiyama arc before they did the Dub arc. To tell things like the RC cells, Kagane's, Kakujas, they didn't really explain that. They didn't explain half of anything they said in the manga. So if you're going to take
anything, half human, half cool. That part.
If you're going to read it, and disregard anything. If you see anything from the second season, disregard it. It's a what-if story. It never happened.
Well, one thing I recommend that what should happen with Tokyo Ghoul is to get the same team as Hunter x Hunter, have the same studio who did the second Hunter x Hunter show, have them do a reanimation of Tokyo Ghoul.
Madhouse? Madhouse is too busy doing One Punch Man and other great series.
Madhouse is also doing Future Avengers.
Well, I think yeah, but didn't the show that put him on the map was Hunter x Hunter?
Also did High School of the Dead.
They did?
Yeah, but when I watched their Hunter x Hunter series, it was really good, and they stuck really close to the manga. They made a few changes here and there, but it was a good series. It's just too bad it just ended because of the hiatus that the manga went on.
Gashi basically said from Yu Yu Hakusho, imagine you're working basically 22 hours a day drawing and writing. So
that can kill you.
Constantly doing it. Like I said, in Japan, it's acceptable to work 70 hours a week. To train or something, that shows that you're a good worker. Like I said, Japan has different laws than us. To us, that's slavery.
It should
never happen.
Do you think that Madhouse could bring back the anime for Hunter x Hunter?
No.
It won't.
You're at least. He only he came. Since he came back, he did about what?
30 I'm not talking about the manga. I'm talking about the anime. The anime for Hunter x Hunter. They could just adapt what they got. What's released so far since the election arc. I think it's been about 30 chapters.
When the election arc was going, they just wrapped it up. Gashi just wrapped it up. They can't do the Dark Continent arc because it will set up way too much stuff, and people will eventually want more. And basically, only a day has passed, and they said it's going to take them 3 months just to get to the fake island.
3 months?
And
yes, it's going to.
Yeah. Did this arc only start off? What was it, about 3 or 4 years ago?
Probably.
It started off in 2014 or 2013, and then it was on a 2-year hiatus. He came back in 2016. Went back on another hiatus. He came back this year, and he did only 9 chapters, and then he went back on hiatus again.
I heard he did 10. He did like 10 chapters. I have heard that there's a rumor that Hunter x Hunter might come back by the end of the year.
Yes, that's a rumor. They don't. Viz said don't take their word for it. They can't do the dark content.
They can't take the word of the actual writer himself.
Yeah, because they said they can only talk to Togashi. They can't actually force him to do anything. And remember, this is the man who did Yu Yu Hakusho, and his wife also did Sailor Moon. They're pretty much golden. You can't force them to do anything.
Yeah, and the last chapter that came out was chapter 370. He's only like 30 chapters away from hitting chapter 400.
Yeah, but the problem is that he can only come back to do so many chapters. I mean, he's great at dialogue and setting things up, but once again, he left us on a cliffhanger.
That sounds
I just kind of think that maybe his wife should actually kind of help him. Even though, yeah, she's basically living off a royalty just like he is. But I think she should help him out when it comes to the artwork, so at least it gives us some break from his back.
Actually, have you seen the stuff Ishida Sue has done? Oh, I mean, Nick, have you seen the stuff Ishida Sue has done?
No, I haven't.
Look up Tokyo Ghoul trump cards. He designed all those trump cards. He even wrote out a story for the 2nd season of the what if story of Tokyo Ghoul.
The anime?
Okay.
Huh.
Yes, he actually wrote out a draft, and Studio Parrot turned it down.
What sucks?
That's
what they do.
Not only that, but he also did the photo one shot. Drew everything by himself. Us Ishida Sue able to do this, but not Togashi. Then there were some people. Then there's this guy named Chibi Reviews. I don't know if you've seen his videos or not. He came up with a theory that Ishida Sue and Yoshihiro Togashi are the same person.
Huh. That's something.
But actually, because there's many things. Because apparently there's some conflicting arguments. Because it said that the former assistant to Togashi, but Togashi says he never had an editor, which I can basically prove. He does not have editors. Everything you see, especially when it comes to a manga, he redraws all the manga volumes himself.
Which is not a good idea, especially since I read the election arc in the manga in the books. The artwork was terrible.
How bad was it?
Oh,
it was really bad. If you read the election arc from Hunter x Hunter, in the trades, the artwork is just so bad. I have never seen manga art this bad before.
Like some middle school or elementary school
artwork with grand crap.
No, I'm telling you, it's something like a middle schooler would do.
Yeah, it's like I remember this one artist for Robin, where and this guy is black. I saw his picture. He's black. I don't think it's the fact he's black. This guy looks like he's drawing like he's a little kid. Basically, it looked like this artwork was done by a 5-year-old.
Actually, there's a lot of people who draw. They get commissions and stuff, but a lot of their stuff looks like something you could see in an elementary school or a middle school. And that goes back to Togashi. Like, if you notice some of his works, it's basically chicken scratch. You can't hardly make it out. Okay. Also, how's One Piece going? Because I see you're finally catching up to the specials and stuff. Have you seen the special 1-hour special with Sanji?
I have watched all the specials now, all 12 of them.
Oh, even harder.
Yeah, I've already watched that one. That was actually the second or third one I watched. I didn't watch all of them in order. The 10th one is probably the worst one of all 12 of them.
How bad is it?
Wait, which one is the 10th one? Because I gotta remember. They have so many One Piece specials and movies.
Adventure of Nebula, I think that's what it's called. It's the one where they bring back the Foxy Pirates.
end, but they brought him back anyway because no one asked. Actually,
this is actually the third time they brought him back, though. Here's kind of the thing. This special ignores their 2 returns they did in the anime.
Oh, you want to see something? Want to know something else is special? People forget that the Foxy Pirate arc, that whole arc, was actually canon to the manga. People thought that was a filler arc.
Yeah, and I remember reading it. It did happen before they went to Water 7. And in this one, the only thing I thought was interesting was basically the villain was boring. Foxy was at least more interesting than he's been known depicted. Where he gives some character development and revealed that those 2 crewmen of his, Portia and that big tall guy that hangs out with him. They were actually his first recruits to his crew, and of course, Luffy brought up that Zoro was the first person to join his crew, which I thought was nice.
Here's another question I want to ask you. What do you think about the character designs of all the One Piece characters, of random people you see?
Pretty good designs.
A lot of them. There's a lot of people who skip leg day. Like, there's some people who are literally like 10 to 11, maybe 15 foot tall. You have people with weird faces, weird head shapes, and that's what I love about One Piece. It's like this big.
Yeah, a lot of the women tend to look almost exactly alike, but Robin, I think, is the one woman of the one of the very few women in the whole franchise who does not look like any of the other women.
That's because he based her off of like what Russian women would look like. And here's the thing: she was darker before the time skip, and then she got brighter.
Wait, how did that happen?
Same way Nami's boobs got bigger.
Oh, did you also like? I looked this up. Did you also notice that Robin's breast also got bigger as well after the time skip?
Nope.
Really? Because I always thought they were big in general to begin with. Because he always, but then again, Oda says that he always measured his women like hourglass figures, like that common stereotype that women should have hourglass figures.
Oh, it's one of those stereotypes.
Like Rebecca,
woman who didn't really change all that much, aside from the fact she wore a completely different attire after the time skip, was Boa Hancock.
Yeah, now she's 30 years old. That's the only thing.
She's 31. Boa Hancock is 31. Robin is 30.
Speaking of anime, or
the oldest character out of all the characters in the franchise is Brook, and he's 90.
Yeah, well, then again, his is weird because his fruit is weird because his the only fruit where you have to meet a certain condition before it can actually be activated.
Okay.
Yeah, for him, he had to literally die and then come back. Though the only reason why he basically became a skeleton because it took him a year to get back to his body form.
Really? I thought it said it took him several years because he said he had to look around for a while, and human bodies doesn't decompose that fast in a year.
No, it did not. It takes a decade.
I read one of the books that the actor who does the sub voice for Brook, in the Japanese version of One Piece, the guy is a singer.
Yes?
Yeah, he actually sings. They actually got it. If you ever want to hear Brook sing, there's some animes. He actually tries to sing for some other animes, and he actually done it. Like,
and I've heard Oda's a huge fan of him.
Yeah, and in fact, here's another thing. Zoro's voice actor is the same guy from, I don't know if you ever seen Geek Tama. You should watch that as well. It's another show that Oda, Kiro Kishimoto, Taikubo, Yoshihiro Togashi, even Ishida Su, everybody says that's one of the few animes that actually literally makes parodies of both One Piece and any other anime.
Yeah, I've heard something
they make fun of a lot of things.
The creator of I think it's about the one all about food.
Misatoshi.
My Academia? I'm confused.
The one who One Piece did like 3 crossovers with.
Yeah, Misatoshi, he wrote Toriko before it got canceled.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you cancel?
I've heard that Oda is good friends with the creator of that series.
Yeah, he's good friends with Oda. That's why he did it. To answer the question, Tavia, poor sales. Yeah. Like I said, poor sales. And if you get poor sales, you get canceled.
Damn it.
Yeah. Just like series here in America.
In the U.S.
Bleach got rushed. They said he basically, when we finally heard that Bleach got canceled, he only had 10 chapters left. And basically, Yuhao Bach was unbeatable. He could literally see into the future, and he could actually rewrite the future so he could always win. And yet somehow he still got beaten.
How
Let
does
me
someone
say-
see the future kept beating?
because he had to rush it to the end, and he
Who
wasn't just
knows?
going to say, "Oh,
But-
wait, the villain wins."
I always thought though
That sucks.
that if, let's say, if the final arc was ever animated, I only could think of 2 people who could actually voice Reach. Only 2 people: Steve Bloom or Bryan Cranston.
I see Bryan Cranston.
Just one of the few animated
Well, he's done
actors.
voiceover before in the past. That's how he started his career. He did a couple voices on Power Rangers.
Yep.
So I think
Yeah.
his voice would be perfect for Reach. Steve
The other
Bloom,
voice
because
was
well,
on,
the guy's a
it
big
was
name
how
in
it
anime.
would be.
Yeah,
The problem,
and Steve Bloom, he's just a big name, and he's done villains before.
Yep.
the problem is anybody still would be interested outside of the Bleach fans.
Probably not. No. At this point,
I'm
I think
sure
we
that
moved on.
Dubcast, I'm sure they want the series to come back.
Well, the problem is that the higher ups at Japan has to give the okay. I guess they're waiting on what the live action movie will look like, but
Again,
they're also gonna
next
do it.
year.
They're gonna screw it up.
But they've only released one trailer for it so far, and it looks good. The teaser looks good.
Actually, I want to understand how Hollywood's going to do a live action One Piece TV show.
Fuck. That's gonna be
Yeah,
horrible.
it's going to be pretty expensive. But in the case of, like, if you look at the cast themselves, you can cast a white Luffy and have no problem at all. He doesn't have to be Japanese.
Still
Actually,
mad about
people say they need to get Steve Buscemi since people thought that Sanji was based on Leonardo DiCaprio. No, he's based on Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. And people are like, oh, can we get Steve Buscemi to make a cameo or something?
Or he'd
Yeah.
be actually
But there are
acting
certain
himself.
characters who have to be like Japanese, like I'm trying to think, what was his name? Let's see.
Akinu?
There is he's one of the admirals. It's
Yeah,
not Aokiji. Aokiji, you can get away with casting a black guy to play him.
The only one
Sure,
you can
why
think of.
not?
Yeah, Aikido. Oh, you know that blind swordsman guy who showed up in the Dress Rosa arc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fujitora, who's actually based off the actual character of Isho, a wandering samurai.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that one has to be Japanese because he looks Japanese, and from what I've heard, it's based upon one of the characters, the actor who is modeled after. He's also based upon one of his most famous characters, which is a blind swordsman.
Yeah, Isho, which is actually the name of the character, Isho.
Sounds like fun.
Though one thing, if I ever meet Oda, one thing I would ask him, like, so for some of the admirals which are based upon Japanese actors, I think several of them are dead now. I wonder how they felt about how having admiral characters in this manga where their likeness is basically where they're based upon these real life actors.
They probably
Actually,
weren't happy.
Enel is based. Enel from Skypiea, he was based off of Eminem. Let's get him in it.
Yeah.
Isn't Eminem in jail? Oh, wait.
No, it's just that one of the villains is based off of Eminem. And
Oh,
some people said, "Hey, let's
wait.
get Eminem
Never
in it."
mind. Yeah, my bad. I got Finn the rapper.
Yeah, and the rapper. If you look at someone like Doflamingo, you probably have to cast somebody who's probably Spanish to play him.
The problem is a lot of these characters are tall, like 9 to 10 feet tall.
I'm sure you can get away with camera tricks, just like how for Hugh Jackman, you know how basically he real life he's over 6 feet tall, yet in the films he looks like he's like 5'4".
Yep.
Because Wolverine's only like what 5'2". Yeah, because Wolverine's like 5'2" in actual.
Basically, they shrunk it with camera tricks. That's how they shrunk him.
I think Hugh Jackman Wolverine's awesome. I found out he did that movie perfect into.
And I've heard from an interview that he did that who he wants to replace him as Wolverine. Tom Hardy to replace him. Yep, Tom Hardy.
Which I can see that
honestly,
I can see that work.
I don't have a problem with it because the guy's a damn good actor.
Yeah, he's perfect. Yeah. You know, it could be Venom with Sony to screw that movie up. I'm sure
Let's not bring up that movie. Oh, Nick, actually, which one of your favorite devil fruits throughout the entire series?
Mine?
Yeah.
What I really enjoy Luffy's because he's made of rubber. He can stretch his arms out.
Yes, because people don't realize that Plastic
it's
Man
like
and
his
Mr.
ability
Fantastic
kind of reminds me of Mr. Fantastic in a way, except that Mr. Fantastic doesn't call out special attacks whenever he stretches out.
Yep.
No American superhero like Plastic Man. Like but then again, they are real rubber. Like they're really more rubbery than Luffy is.
Yeah.
Like Elastic Woman. They're all more rubbery than he is because Luffy can't really make shapes out of his body.
Or Madame Lou from Teenage Anime series.
The only shape he can make out of his body is nets. He can do a finger net. He can do that.
Actually, that's what people like about it because Oda took something mundane like rubber. Because when you look at Mr. Fantastic or Plastic Man,
or Madame Lou,
Madame Rouge is more like clay or something. Shit, her powers is less rubbery and more different.
It does more clay. Some
of the other different powers, the one different power I think is quite stupid is Gecko Mortis, where his abilities he can steal shadows and eat them.
That's stupid.
What about Senior Pink?
It's probably one of the worst. Another really bad one is
Senior Pinks because it's ironic.
Power, where he can slow things down for 30 seconds.
No, that's not bad. Actually, that's OP if you think about it.
Yeah, OP.
Because Oda said that if Buggy actually trained, he could actually become a serious threat. Like he can be in the 500 million berry count if he actually took his Devil Fruit into series.
Yeah,
if he actually seriously thought about it. He can't be cut.
You ever watch Boss Luffy episodes of One Piece?
Nope.
They actually do stuff that the regular timeline never does, like having Bug and Me characters like Foxy, BB. As far as I know, he never met Nico Robin.
In this timeline.
Buggy?
Yeah, Buggy. Buggy shows up in every single one of the Boss Luffy specials, except for the last two they did, which was about...
Actually, I was going to say, Crocodile never saw Sanji, ever.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, he never did. But one thing I was kind of hoping for in the Boss Luffy specials is that we have version of one of the warlords aside from Buggy himself. Never happened.
Like who? What do you mean besides Buggy? Because Buggy...
I know Buggy is currently a warlord now, but at the time when they did the first special, he was not a warlord at all.
Well, at the time of One Piece, Oda didn't realize how long it was going to go for. Because in Logtown, actually, the anime, all that filler you saw in Logtown, that was actually supposed to be in the story. But he said he wanted to get the crew to the Grand Line by chapter 100.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He didn't realize.
I found about Sanji you might find interesting. You know how he's in pretty much most of this. He's like in all this everything for One Piece related, except for there's one thing that he is not in.
What?
One Piece film. He's not in that film. I looked up basically the characters in the film. It's the first 4 crew members.
What?
Yeah, because it only took place because One Piece was still young and it wasn't like as big franchise as it was.
I guess now he's.
Because Frankie didn't show up till the least
I haven't watched it yet. It's 51 minutes. It's like the second shortest film out of all 13 films.
Actually, there's another thing about people saying in the second. Actually, another Devil Fruit people said that was interesting is always a water type Devil Fruit because in the second movie there was this woman who had that some kind of liquid like fruit that was basically like water.
I know from. Sorry.
Water. Yeah, a lot of people wonder, is there a water Logia type? Because pirates they have all these other different types, but can a water Logia actually exist?
Probably, it could exist, but we don't know yet.
But it could also
in one of the films. I thought this was interesting. It was in Z. Aokiji met Brook for the first time.
Yeah, film Z. That's the first time he met him.
And I'm like, why can this happen in the anime? Basically, I mean, they've shown Aokiji in the anime post time skip at least twice? Because
none of that happened. Because by the time they got to Punk Hazard, they left. Doflamingo just got there. It was only Smoker and his crew, and Aokiji just so happened to be in the place.
Yeah, it's like Aokiji's met everybody who's part of the crew so far, except for Brook. Except it took him to the film to meet him. And the thing with Z is one of the more better films of the 3 films I've seen so far because unlike the villains in other films where they just turn against their crew if they fail, Z does not, let's say, turn against his people, but when they fail him, they just basically they retreat and he allows them to go and he just dies at the hands of the Navy.
Oh wait, before that, is it anime related, Tavia?
Yeah. Like speaking of anime or anime movies in general too, I realized something. all the anime movies I watched recently with the whole particularly Trigun anime movie, former Aqua anime movie. And I don't feel like it's sequel to prequel because one anime movie I watched was the first former Aqua movie, and that actually have a sequel to the anime. And that's a very interesting sequel. The second anime movie was kind of a sequel to Brotherhood, sort of, maybe.
You know, tripping on that. Once we get done with One Piece, I'll get right back to Fullmetal Alchemist because there's a lot of things I could tell you that went on through the process.
I haven't watched Fullmetal Alchemist, but I've not read the manga.
Well, that depends on which one you're watching.
About Fullmetal Alchemist, it takes place in the same universe as Ghost in the Shell.
It does?
Yes.
Huh. I know
yes. It's weird because, like I said, because I guess they're friends. I guess she's friends with a woman that also does Ghost in the Shell. Muggy is about to end. Yes, Muggy's on his final
now,
arc.
If you look at something like Torquero, which, even though they've done 3 crossovers with him, it doesn't feel like that those 2 series are in the same universe at all.
I know some Dragon Ball Z crossover with that series.
Because they bring up the UN, which the UN does not exist in One Piece. So even though its counterpart is the world government, but there is no United Nations in One Piece at all.
The world government's not even a United Nations, so it's not even. You can't really call them the United Nations.
You can't call them government either.
Yeah.
No, they're government. You just can't call it a United Nations because they really don't. They don't do things like the United Nations does. Like, they allow slavery to happen if it only involves the Tenryubito.
Ah, shit. One of those governments.
Basically, the Tenryubito are the people who are descendants from the people who, for the 20 kingdoms that banded together and made the world government.
Yeah, the Celestial Dragons. These
do anything. They shoot people.
Yeah,
wow.
and they get away with it.
Archipelago.
And here's something I thought was really awesome about Luffy. He actually punched one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people, even the Supernova, actually Zoro was going to be the first one to actually kill that dude. But then Jewelry Bonnie had to hurry and stop him. The fuck did he kill?
Knocked out one. I think even Usopp knocked out one of the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah, he hit his with their Saint something. His name is Saint something, and they knocked him. Usopp hit their dad.
Yeah. Though I keep thinking though, with Robin and Usopp having like big bounties over 100 million, why didn't they count it as part of the supernovas?
Get over 100 still after Dressrosa. Before that, the only people who reached over 100 million were Luffy and Zoro at the time. Yeah,
right now Usopp's bounty is 200 million.
But they're not part of the. They didn't come out. But at the time, they did not go to the Saboti Archipelago with that bounty. The 11 rookies who went there already had over 100 million, and they were considered to be part of that one generation only.
Yeah, and so here's kind of the thing. Do you know who has the highest bounty in One Piece?
King of the Pirates, probably.
No, Katakuri. He's one of the
part of Big Mom's crew. I've heard that his bounty is like over 1 billion berries.
Berries?
Yes. One of the lower right hands to Kaido. His is 1 billion. Then Katakuri. He's the second son of Big Mom. And here's the kicker, Tavia. She has 85 kids and 43 husbands.
I've heard it's 89.
No, it's 85 kids and she has 43 husbands, which approximately equals up to over 100 and something people. He's the second son of the Big Mom family, and his bounty is 1,057,000,000.
Oh, wow. Do you know how old Big Mom is? How old she is?
Yeah, she's 60-something.
She's 66.
And she has over 85 kids. They said the oldest set in the SBS, the highest number of kids she ever had at one time were 8.
Interesting.
Yeah, she had 8 kids at one time. And they also, like I said, you guys should read the One Piece SBSs because Oda reveals other information that you wouldn't really know about. Like, he went into detail about the other races. Like, there's the long arms, there's the long legs, there's the snake people who basically just have tall necks. Basically,
yeah, it's also during those talks that reveal how old Brook is because in the manga they don't reveal how old he is at all.
How old is he? SBS is reveal he's 90.
Yeah, it's also they revealed Kentra.
Yeah,
who's part of Gecko Warriors crew, and for some reason hang out with Hawk and Mihawk.
Yeah.
According to Oda, when she first showed up, she was 23. After the time skip, she's 25.
Actually, me and Queen are the same age. We're 26.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Nami is 20. Currently, here's all the ages of the crew. Brooke is 90.
Luffy is 90. Luffy is 19.
36. I think both Usopp and Luffy are pretty much the same age. They're both 19. Chopper is 17.
Is before Luffy. Yeah, Usopp is before Luffy. He was like a year or two older than Luffy.
Yeah, I think he's 22 probably. If I'm going by
he's like 20. He should at least be 20 because I know. Yeah, he should be 19. He should be 20 because Zoro are both 21.
Yeah, they're both 21, and Robin is 30.
That makes sense.
I was like, wow. Sanji were both 19 at the beginning of the first part of the story. I thought they were at least into their early 20s.
That's what I thought too. I guess not.
Zoro gave me that. Zoro gave me that idea.
But the one thing that Zoro has not, I don't know why Oda has not revealed this yet, of why Zoro's eye the way it is.
Oh, that's getting revealed.
My theory is that happened during training. But as for what exactly happened, my only theory is that maybe Hawk and Mihawk did it to him during training, or probably that monkey he trained with.
Oh no! People think that Wano, since Oda has been building up the Wano arc, which is going to happen sometime next year, but we got to get the Reverie first, because I'm more interested in the Reverie than I am in Wano.
Yeah, and I've heard that
because Oda built up the Reverie
first. That arc, from the way it looks, and from my article, it is wrapping up. There's I'd say about 4 or 5 chapters left now.
No, not even close, because they still have to do the cake. They still have to occupy Big Mom. Luffy has to somehow stop getting his ass kicked by Katakuri. I say a good at least 20 more chapters.
Yeah, which, as the last chapter I saw,
at least
you only see him in that last chapter that came out for about 4 pages. And most of the whole chapter is just Sanji, Sanji, Pudding, and one who's Lola's twin sister going to that island to make that big wedding cake.
Chiffon.
I think her name's Clifton.
Yeah. No, her name is Chiffon. Yeah. And her sister is Lola.
Yeah, Lola.
They're basically off of Alice in Wonderland, and Lola and Chiffon are based off of Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and her father, and get this, her father's name is Pound.
Hey, no. All her children are basically named after foods.
Oh.
The Charlotte Katakuri is basically mochi.
The one that's, I mean, let's say Big Mom, Charlotte Linlin. Linlin is not a piece of food.
No, that's not even her name. Charlotte is the family name. So every time you hear the word Charlotte,
it's an appropriate name. But here's the thing: you ever heard anybody call her anything but Big Mom?
That's because that's her name. And only people, even her kids, don't even call her Lin. Only her most inner circle are allowed, like the commanders.
You know, one of her kids, and I'm sorry, I was surprised. Even the anime and manga, when I first saw it, one of her kids is a mermaid.
Yes,
that means at one point she must have married a merman. One of her 43 ex-husbands must have been a merman.
What the hell did that happen?
Tavia, in One Piece, it's been confirmed that humans and Murph people can breed because they're basically the same thing. They even have the same blood type. Like humans and giants can breed as well.
What?
Yeah, because
one
of the Sun Pirates, who's I think it's supposed to be Jinba's number 2.
Aladdin.
He's married to one of Big Mom's daughters, and she's a lovely woman. Well, for someone who's basically a hammerhead mermaid, she's hot.
Actually, Oda made an error.
I'm not lost.
Oda made Oda made an error because he introduced this woman. She's a snake. She's part of the Snake Nick tribe. Her name is Jerf Capone. It's stated that she's the 29th daughter. But Praline, who's married to Aladdin, Jinbei's second in command, she is also stated to be this 29th daughter of the Charlotte family. So Oda made an error on that one. But then again, here's another trivia fact for both of you. Do you know this? As of today, One Piece has literally 610 characters that ever been introduced throughout the entire story.
Yeah,
610
and they all have names.
Yeah,
and still growing.
That's probably more than maybe Naruto or Bleach ever did.
Dude, that's up there with Marvel and DC when it comes to
Marvel and DC. Marvel and DC.
Yeah, and he did this over the course of 20 years. Marvel got this far, I think, in just about the same amount of time, didn't they?
Marvel and DC did this about 20 to 30 years.
It's 75 years at this point.
Yeah, but
in
if you look
75
at
years,
the most recent chapters that come out, I would say the newest character they may have introduced. I'm not really sure. What is like the newest character they've actually introduced in the most recent?
There's been way too many.
I don't know, but
no, he's talking to me. He's talking to me. No, he's talking to me, Tavia. But if we're talking, are we talking about people, or are we talking about homies? Because some of the homies have actual names too, like Prometheus, Zeus.
People who have actual names and actually mean something to the plot. I could say it's the one who's Luffy's fighting right now. He's probably one of the most recent characters they've introduced.
No. Because out the wedding assassination, they showed even more. Jarvis Capone and Mars Capone. Those are the last two people who basically had names.
Yeah, according to Pudding, Big Mom has got 39 daughters.
Yeah, she has 39 daughters and she has 40-something sons.
Yeah, and we met several of them so far, and
we
like
only
the
met
first one. Yeah, I would say the first one that we ever got introduced to was Lola. She was the first one.
Actually, if you notice, if you ever go back and reread One Piece, like I told you, you got to slowly read it. Oda foreshadowed a lot of people, even in the cover stories. And actually, if you look at cover pages, Oda foreshadowed a lot of people.
Yeah, I actually did notice this for one story. You know how one of the cover chapters, Bartimo, the one who's Luffy's 2nd Division commander?
Oh, Bartolomeo.
Burned down. He burned down. Yeah. And yeah, in the anime, he knows who Shanks is.
So, take anything you see in the anime with a grain of salt, because sometimes they fluff out. I'll tell you this: they make better fights than what you see in the anime. Most of the time.
Yeah, if you look at something like, and the anime does this, it's done this several times, where they make the arcs in the anime longer than the actual arcs in the manga. I think the first one they ever did this for was Alabasta. Alabasta took up like 38 episodes. There's like 4 episodes of nothing but filler.
The problem was that, like I said, One Piece was young back then. But if you look at part 1, and then you look at part 2, part 1 was, as an anime, was far superior to part 2. Because after the time skip, Oda, here's the thing, the longest break Oda ever took from not drawing a manga ago was the time skip. He took a month off, and the anime caught up too quickly to the
manga.
The anime caught up too quickly to the manga, because the anime used to take like 2, maybe 3 chapters. Now, after the time skip, it literally stretches out 1 chapter in 19 minutes. Oh. So that's why you see a lot of filler.
I looked it up,
going around.
Especially for the most recent episodes. They have a tendency to do they do like a chapter and a half, maybe. For that special they did just last week. The first part is like all but 3 pages of 1 chapter, and most of it is stock footage of stuff we've already seen.
Oh,
the other half is basically Luffy versus Sanji.
Yeah, like the Vince Smokes. They could have left us on a cliffhanger like Oda did in the manga, and we could have wondered, who is this person? For anybody who watches the manga, like, who's this person Luffy's talking to that's part of the German W6? He looks like Sanji. But no, they already introduced him at the end of the episode, and then they start talking about the other 2 Vince Smokes.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, did it look like that when Sanji's sister was basically sucking out the poison out of Luffy, did it look like she was actually kissing him?
Yeah, actually, they made that more sexual in the anime than it was in the manga.
Yeah, and
way more sexual.
It was longer. It was longer too. It lasted about a good 5 minutes. In the manga, I think it lasted maybe a page. Yeah, it felt like it lasted a while.
Thing is,
speaking of anime, we're going to go One Piece for a sec. Anyone with My Academia?
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Actually, I'm waiting for it to be this season to be over so I can marathon it, because it's better to marathon this, especially when it comes out in seasons.
Since you've been awesome, like holy shit, like it's been amazing. Like,
dude, have you been reading the manga? Like I linked to you all those, like what, 3 years ago? I think I linked it to you 3 years ago.
yeah. 3 years ago, you gave me part of the manga, and I read about the first chapter. The first chapter was pretty good, and well, with the anime might have been very awesome. Like,
because everybody wanted to talk about why can't Madhouse animate everything? Studio Bones does Boku no Hero, and look how awesome that came out.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love My Hero Academia. It's such a great anime. And English dub is great too. I love an English dub. English dub is amazing.
Yes,
Ooh.
I love both of them. I watched. I don't know, like the dub is pretty good.
The dub is
Pretty
amazing.
spot
I
on.
love the dub.
I know this is one of the few animes where I can say the dub actually did a good job.
Indeed.
And I like what they're going, and they actually explain if you read the side story that's also by I forgot his name. I gotta go look it up. But the author who does Boku no Hero, he also does Boku no Hero Vigilante, and they actually touch on the guy who actually did destroy Stain's nose.
Stain, am I such a psychopath? Holy shit!
He's not a psychopath. He's like us when it comes to Marvel. Like, he doesn't see them as hero. He sees what happens when you water down the idea of hero, and they actually become like they're not heroes. They're just basically no, they're basically glorified celebrities. That's what they really are.
Celebrities.
The true because remember, this is like Deku's generation is the 5th generation of people who have inherited superpowers. Because they've also been shown throughout the manga. They haven't touched this on this in the manga. Humanity never went to the moon.
They didn't?
No.
I know about that.
Because like when the first child was born with superpowers, this is like what, during I guess the Cold War. That's when people started focusing more on people who have superpowers and quirks, because remember 85% of the population started getting superpowers.
Yeah.
So basically, humanity stopped looking for outward expansion and started looking inward to like how to control and fix this thing. So humanity never actually made advances to try to go to outer space.
Because the hero actor would do everything for him, and in a way, anyway, Stain does make a good point. You know, he's completely insane. Like, oh,
his method is insane, but his point still stands.
Yeah, point does still stand.
There are no real heroes. Everybody wants to be the number one hero, and what do you get for being the number one hero? Like, what do you benefit?
What's the goal? Nothing. Right? All Might was right. Being the number one hero is nothing special. No, not All Might. But it's his mentor.
Yeah.
Like his mentor
made a good point.
Like it's really the Bakugo. Holy shit, Bakugo after the way after he with the did with Deku with the team up, it was really interesting because damn, all that rage, all that anger.
I still don't know where it comes from. I still cannot fathom why he has this inferiority complex. It's like he cannot stand the idea of someone helping him out.
Yeah. You know, in a way, he's trying to be the best, but in another kind of his weakness.
Yeah,
which that's very interesting. It's kind of like Vegeta after you think about it.
I think Deku is what embodies everything he hates. Like, he doesn't want to be seen as weak and kind, and everyone can push you over. You have to have a strong, incredible quirk. Because when he was a kid, everyone said his quirk was incredible.
It was.
Actually, his quirk is not really all that incredible outside of fighting. What other applications besides blowing shit up can you use it for?
You can't. All you can use for combat. You can't use it for defensive.
Like I said, like I see why there's a lot of reasons a lot of people cannot use your quirks during outside hours.
Yeah, because holy shit, my power is really, really destructive. Then it's exactly, but they got more control.
Koshi, I like how Koshi always give you both an upside and a downside to a quirk. Like, every quirk also has its negative on your body. Like, Bakugo needs sweat or something, but it also tires him out.
And point out that it also but it can damage his body, damage his arms or legs. Right after each episode.
Deku cannot use his power at max because it'll just break him.
Indeed, like Deku had to be learning how to use power more, especially season 2. Like, holy shit, season 2. I won't get spoiled. To say it's very interesting, especially the way that he mentored all my men to teach them how to use that the all one for all. Oh, speaking of one for all, we actually found into about one for all. Apparently, it's not.
Wait, which one? What are we talking about? All, one for all or all for one?
Both.
Yeah, I already know all for one.
Yeah, the overall origin story is very interesting because I thought all my power would not. I thought all my power in there would more. I got that part, but I didn't know what the urge came from someone else. I thought he.
Yeah, actually,
first.
Like, yeah, you haven't seen it. This hasn't been touched on the anime, but there have been at least 8 other people before All Might.
Yeah, we've seen the origin story for it. Apparently, it's brother of the.
Yes, it's the brother of the original All for One, because All for One has both the power to take and give people quirks.
Yeah.
And he's actually.
What series are you guys talking about?
My Academia.
Yeah, Boku no Hero, My Hero Academia, and was talking about the villain All for One. He's actually from the very first generation that people started manifesting superpowers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just check it out. It's a pretty good manga and anime. And I was telling Tavia, one of the things about in Boku no Heroes, they never made it to the moon. They never actually had a successful moon landing. What'd you say, Nick?
Nick?
Oh.
Yo.
I guess
I'm still here.
You said something, then you cut out.
Yeah.
I have never read Full Academia. I've never read it.
Oh, you gotta read it. Watch it. Because season 2 is it goes up to volume. It's going up to I think volume 7 and maybe volume 8. So that's like 60-something chapters.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can catch up on that because right now there's 100 and I think we're like 150. No, we're like 150 chapters in.
Okay. The only manga I just finished up recently was Death Note.
Yeah, Death Note has different things. Like in the manga, Death Note also had a Death Eraser that can undo anything that happened in the Death Note.
Wasn't that on for the actual? Wasn't that on for what? A pirate, basically the manga
is different from the anime. Like I said, the manga is different from the anime.
Yeah, I heard that with a concept that was used on for one story, and that's it. It wasn't used anything else.
I don't know. I haven't really read the Death Note manga.
I haven't read Death Note either. I haven't seen the anime, and that's it. And the movie.
To read it. It's only 12 books, and collecting 108 chapters. It took me roughly a week to get through this manga. It's really good.
Actually, the only manga right now I'm binging right now is Akame ga Kill, and I'm up to volume 8, going on to volume 9.
I'm working.
It's only 100 chapters.
These are the manga I'm currently working on. I have chapter stuff to go for. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Nice.
I'm almost done with part 1.
Oh, you got because there's 7 more parts to go, and by part 3, that's when they introduced stands. But by part 4, that's when Akihiro actually mastered the idea of the stand.
So,
the question about the anime for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures: why does it only adapt the first 5 parts?
I have no idea.
Part 5 is basically it's rumored, but it's never been confirmed. But the way they're doing it is because if you read the manga and then you look at the anime, there's some things in there that is very, very unique to it, and you have to understand. I
saw clips of the first 4 episodes, thanks to Atop the Fourth Wall reviewing the first 4 episodes. Then I read the manga. It's like that the first 4 episodes stuck very close to the original manga,
and then they deviate their own path.
Except for that driver, like there's parts where you could tell people got their arms or some parts severed, and it's basically just they show little black spots.
Yeah. And I kind of agree. Like, why in the world does JoJo basically when he's 12 look like he's he's in I don't know like he's in high school, and he's supposed to be in middle school at this point, and yet later on when he looks like he's in high school, it basically looks like he put on like 50 pounds of muscle.
Actually, the reason why is when JoJo Bizarre Adventures first started off, it was in the 80s, And the biggest manga at the time was Fist of the North Star, where people were into, this whole battle shonen thing, where there wasn't really much of a plot and villains weren't interesting.
It was more attack very awkward and never.
Speaking of Fist of the North Star, guess which celebrity is a huge fan of Fist of the North Star?
Like a big name series? Is it a big like a big celebrity?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, then who is it? Because there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
John Cena.
Oh,
I'm not surprised. The wrestler.
Actually, John Cena plays StarCraft too. He has a customized computer.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've also heard if you ever watch Mojo with like top 10 celebrities who are fans of anime.
Or video games.
Keanu Reeves is on that list, and he's a huge fan of Cowboy Bebop, and he's been petitioning for years to play Cowboy Spike for years in live action.
Yeah, he
I
has.
want to wait. I think that could work. Maybe.
I don't watch Mojo because they steal people lists. They got caught,
Yeah.
and then they got mad at it.
Yeah, why would my dad do that? Do that piss off people
But some
off.
of the lists would be pretty interesting. That if you read out, like some of it can be pretty funny, but some of the lists they do are pretty interesting.
Actually, the Naruto list, everyone got mad at the Naruto list because the top 4 people were Sakura, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Naruto. And they barely brought up any other characters.
Like the top 10 Naruto villains, number 1 was Madara.
Okay, but yeah. Okay, how about this? Top 10 most saddest anime deaths. And they had Poku from Hunter x Hunter, number 1. She probably died the quickest death ever. She got shot in the head, and that was it. It wasn't brutal. It wasn't dismembering. She was dead, and she didn't feel her body getting devoured. There were some people in anime and manga who got tortured to death.
Yeah.
Or how about
that much
basically had a piece of wood go through his body?
His death was always and still will always be the most wasteful death.
I think one of the more sad deaths actually what Full Metal Alchemist deaths. Like
technically, what was there to be gained from Neji's death?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing really except to motivate Naruto, and also have Hinata slap him for the first time in the series.
That too, like Guy had a bigger impact if he died. If not, and Naruto let him die.
He actually had he had probably one of the best fights with Madara out of everybody. Heck, like if you watch the anime, Madara is so surprised at how good of a fighter he is.
I think when I saw an anime in general, it's Full Metal Alchemist with the girl who got turned into a dog. That was depressing.
Yes, and there's actually a shirt about it where the girl and the dog are actually doing the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
Yeah. One thing I got noticed though about all deaths in Naruto, none of them are very graphic.
I did notice that. Like the Full Hokage death was not graphic.
Nobody's death was even all that graphic, like in Bleach. They're not really graphic. Hell, One Piece has more brutal deaths than that.
Dragon Ball Z a brutal deaths.
Yeah, and people died from that either from being flying like 50 miles away, or falling into spikes, or being stabbed. A lot of time, characters can die either by being stabbed or being shot.
Or if you're a mom, because for some reason Oda also had this concept from, like, if you watched all the earlier Disney movies, none of the main characters had moms, and I guess Oda incorporated it. Anybody who has ever had a mom, their mom died.
And Frozen,
the only ones I can think of who actually had their moms die on screen, Sanji and Nami.
Sanji, Nami. Well, Frankie, we don't know about his because they said his parents left him.
We can't figure Rob because her mother was basically killed in a Buster call.
What the fuck?
Yes. Basically, they were learning knowledge that the government didn't want.
Yeah. The thing with Zoro is you don't know much about his past at all. Like before he went to that dojo, you know nothing about his parents at all.
Actually, they don't even state where he came from. He just wandered into their village one day.
I know Persona actually in the Persona friend that isn't dashed out.
I would say out of all the characters, Zoro was probably the least fleshed out of all the main characters. I mean, yeah, you could know a little bit about Brook. Ones. I mean, let's say
Brook
also
had a saddest backstory.
He apparently died at.
No. His crew died before him. No, first he died. His crew died before him. He died. Then he came back. His body was a skeleton, and then he's wandered what 10 or 20 years around in Thriller Bark aimlessly by himself. You already know he went full circle.
Yeah, he had been dead for 50 years by the time the Straw Hat Crew found him.
So you know he was already insane.
Yeah. But if you look at someone like, if you wanted one person who like never talk about his mother at all, Luffy
is on purpose because when Luffy learns about his mother, we're gonna learn about Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon. Okay. I'll be back soon. Dinner.
Okay, I'll see if we'll still be doing the podcast by then.
Okay. I'm back.
Anyway, no, we're just talking about what's going on in One Piece, and we said Luffy's never met his mother. Yeah, he never met his dad either.
Gotcha. Speaking of outside One Piece and one thing I didn't know besides One Piece from My Academia itself is that we never know who Jack's father was, and I'm still wondering about that.
Who? Jacob's dad. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we still don't know anything about him. With them,
and we probably never will.
Yeah, whatever. Like the thing I'm most intrigued about in scene 2 is that we can find out who do the other weaker villains because boy, it's more interesting since Stain's dead.
Who's dead?
Or Stain, since he died.
Stain ain't dead.
He's not? But
Stain is still alive.
How? Wait. How's he alive?
Wait. I don't know what the anime showed you, but that dude is still alive in the manga.
Like in the anime, I thought he died.
No, he's alive.
Question? How? Because in the anime, I saw Ripkey through the heart and he's dead. Did nobody survive that?
That's why I said I don't know what you saw in the anime, but he's still alive in the manga.
Okay then. That's interesting.
Yeah.
If he's still
anything else?
I got nothing. And so many active for the finale. I know we're gonna see Dewey, which I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, speaking of anime, I did one more anime I did here. We're getting a Persona anime. I'm happy. We got Persona 5.
Yes. I haven't really seen any of the Persona animes.
I got 5. I need to go get food once this is the machine. Yeah. I need some food too.
Okay, so we can just wrap it up here, and we'll go do the DC/Marvel stream in a few.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, this is Geek Lounge 101 anime podcast, and it was nice to talk about anime for once.
Yep.
Well, and now we got to go back to that shit show with Marvel's going. Oh, and next time I show, I'm gonna link you guys an awesome picture that I had commissioned.
Ooh.
But until then, this has been Geek Lounge 101. David, you can do your outro.
You can follow my YouTube tab Spider and just my Twitter and you follow VidMe. I have a VidMe account now. And you're joining for Geek Lounge 101 and say that our next stream DC tomorrow.
And this was Edgar Farr, found him as Comic Book Fan 1992. And the other one is Nick Lenz, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Nick Lenz. And we will see you guys next time.